Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be chatting to you all about how you can remain timeless and classy in the way that you present yourself. If you're new here, hello, my name is Nicole. I'm a full-time beauty and fashion content creator, and I have been bringing you along on my leveling up journey. I am someone that can totally be more masculine in my energy and a little bit more unrefined. So over this last year, I've definitely noticed that when I show up a little bit more polished, when I show up a little bit more feminine, I not only get addressed a lot nicer in the world, but I command a higher respect for myself. So I've been bringing you guys along on this process and taking you along some of the things I've noticed and some of the things I've implemented. And with that, let's get into today's video. As I mentioned, I'm going to be talking to you today about ways that you can remain timeless and classic and more elegant. And with that, the first point that I want to address is posture. I'm somebody who, quite honestly, if I was sat at that computer, I would probably be sat like this. And so I'm trying to be more conscious about sitting up straight and applying great posture. One of the things that I'm finding that helps me keep mindful of this is wearing a waist trainer. I don't think waist trainers are very healthy, and I also don't think that they do what a lot of people claim that they do. But for me, a waist trainer actually allows me to sit up straight and have great posture. I have seen some people wear the posture strap. I'm not at that point yet. I don't know if I ever will be at that point, but I'm glad that I know that it's an option. Now, the next thing that I personally am trying to implement, and I think I've taken it on board quite a lot. I think because I'm often filming myself, I often notice when my chin isn't up, and I also have put on some weight, which I feel like I'm talking about quite a lot here on this channel, but it's an area of concern for me that I'm still in the process of tackling. But having your chin up not only makes this area seem more sleek and this area seem more sleek, but it just doesn't look as frumpy. So if you can keep your chin up, it will make you look so much more refined than that. The next point I want to talk about in regards to being more timeless, being more classic, and being more elegant is grooming. This is a no-brainer, but truthfully, I see so many people who, especially, you know, some of my influencer and content creator friends, who they want to be able to charge a certain amount for their work, but yet they look like a slob. And I don't think that this is just the content creation industry or the influencer industry. Often you see people going in for a job and they look like they've rolled straight out of bed. And once upon a time, that was me too, but no more. You dress how you want to be addressed, and that is not just in regards to your garments, it's in regards to your personal grooming as well. I've mentioned this before in other videos, but personally I like to wear my hair in a sleek low bun if I don't have the time to have it freshly washed. So I think for me it's a great, elegant, chic style that allows me to look put together if I don't have the time, or if it's not conducive for me to have my hair blown out when it's raining in England. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about in regards to being a little bit more timeless and a little bit more classy is your smile. I think that smiling is something that some people struggle with. I've noticed some people, when they smile, there's nothing behind their eyes and it's just dead to the world. And equally, I've noticed some people smile way too gummy, like this. And it's too much. It's too much. I have a funny story to tell you guys. A really long time ago, I went to a concert and Rihanna was there, Chris Brown was there, Kanye West was there, Pharrell, like NERD, and there was one other person, but I can't remember. And I actually ended up getting pulled on stage by Pharrell. Definitely not a classy moment, but it was still a moment nonetheless. And as I got off stage, I got off on the wrong side of stage, and this guy was like walking with me and my friend, or like in his arms, and it was Kanye West. And I asked him to take a picture, and if you see this picture, I'm gonna insert it right here, but obviously I was really excited and I have the gummiest, cheesiest smile, and it doesn't look very refined, does it? I mean, nothing about this experience was very refined, but whenever I smile too big, this is the picture that I see in my head. And I know that there is ways that you can get, you know, a semi-permanent solution of this. You can get Botox put right here that brings the lip down so you don't don't smile that gummy. Thankfully, I have had Invisalign, so my teeth are a little bit more in and my smile isn't as gummy, but it is something that I'm still conscious about. Smiling like this is a lot more refined than this. So the next thing that I wanted to quickly talk about is fragrance. This is my classic winter fragrance from Manos. I say his last name wrong all the time. Gerakinis? I don't know. I really, someone did correct me once and I've totally forgotten. Anyhow, this is the Rose Poetique and this is niche fragrance, and oh my goodness, you guys, niche fragrance will smell more refined than high street or dupe fragrance. The smells are so complex, they're so potent, and not everybody has them. There is something so special about wearing a fragrance that not every person on your street is wearing. Now, the next thing that I'm going to talk about that will allow you to be a little bit more refined, a little bit more timeless, and a little bit more classy is manners. Oh my goodness. There are so many people that don't practice proper manners. It's an epidemic. So I think it's very easy to get complacent with people, even people that you're very, very familiar with. And I find that that's where rudism slips in a lot easier and a lot more. I think there's a phrase like familiarity breeds contempt. And I think the people that you're the most familiar with are the people that you can let these manners slide. And some of the people that I admire the most, when I look at them with their closest loved ones, I can regard that they have such a manner about them that they keep standards high. And when I have assessed those standards, a lot of the things that I'm noticing is that whether it is their child, whether it is their partner, whether it is, you know, the mailman or the garbage man, they're speaking to the people that are in their life with such high regard, no matter their status, no matter if it's a child or no matter if it's someone that they don't even really respect. I really have noticed that manners and kindness go so much farther, and I think it's very, very easy to let those manners and that respect go out the window, and maybe that politeness go out the window, especially if it's somebody that you don't necessarily care for. And you know, my husband and I have situations in our life where maybe we haven't been treated the kindest, or maybe there's a certain drama situation going on, and we both have decided to consciously take the classier road away from the situation, or the classier approach to the situation, and that is often treating the situation with respect, treating the situation with politeness and kindness, even when we don't feel like doing so. Now, the last tip I'm gonna give is a little bit of a different one, and that is when you're trying to be a little bit more timeless and be a little bit more classy, is think high class. And that might not be a very tangible tip for you, but I want you to close your eyes and I want you to envision something. If you saw the Queen right now and she was placed in a situation where it wasn't the most refined situation, it wasn't the most classy situation, how do you think the Queen would act? She probably wouldn't start brawling. She probably wouldn't start yelling. She probably wouldn't even ask to speak to the manager. The Queen is definitely not a Karen, and she's definitely not a Becky, and she's definitely not someone that isn't high class. And often, for example, my husband, sometimes he does things that men do, like belch and just unrefined things. And I say to him, I'm like, oh, would you do this in the presence of the Queen? And he's like, no. And then I'm like, why are you doing it right now? Now, I think that statement can be applied to very many things. And often when I'm in a situation that isn't the most high class, I still try to remain high class, and I try to think about, if a high class person was in this situation, how would they react to this? And I want to be known as a certain caliber of woman, and my actions need to reflect that. Anyways, my friends, that is it for this quick video. I hope they were quick, simple, and practical tips for you to implement. If you have another tip that you think I would benefit from, I would love to hear it in the comment section down below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is going to be one of your last chance to do so. So I would love if you hit that subscribe button, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.